you have, of course, the most positive person I know. And I think when you talk about cancer, it's always in such a positive way. You don't say you're battling cancer or you're fighting cancer. You say you are thriving, and you are a cancer thriver, and you are winning cancer.
Winning over. I think, you know, what you think creates your reality. So it's a decision. You have to make that decision. You know, you can be a victim, or you can be a winner and enjoy your life. I mean, you know, it hasn't been easy, of course. I mean, I'm human, and I go through fear and all the things everyone going through a cancer or any other difficult diagnosis, which a lot of people are going through. But it's a choice how you deal with it. So I try to always deal with it in a positive way. And of course I have my moments, but I have my wonderful husband, who's the most positive person. In fact, if you go outside, you'll see next to the pool, I bought him years ago the sign YES. So he says yes to life until there's a reason to say no. So he's been a wonderful reinforcer of the way I think too. It was like, you know, they were telling me I was dying. I thought, well, I don't feel like it. I feel pretty good. But, you know, rumors start, and then it gets out of control. And that's really what started in 1992 when I had breast cancer for the first time. They were going to print in the paper that I was dying, and I decided, no, I'm going to come out and talk about it, because I have many friends and family all around the world, and I can't call everyone, so I need to let them know that I'm okay, which is really what started the whole thing about talking about it in the first place and being open, which wasn't easy for a private person. But in the long run, it's been the best thing I ever did, because if I hadn't talked about it or gone through that experience, I never would have been involved in a cancer and wellness center. I mean, all the things I've done in my life, a lot of it has come out of difficulty. So I'm grateful for the experience. It's all been a gift. Yes, you can. And, you know, at the time I had it in 92, I had friends around me. I lost some friends around me, and it was a different time. It was almost the big C, you know, it was like a secret, and it was, I'm so happy now that we can talk about it, and women are free to talk about their breasts, which I never thought I'd be talking about my breasts on national television, but there you go. And it's important, it's really important that we tell women to do self-exam regularly, because the way I found my lump the first time was through a self-exam. So it's very important to be aware of all these things, not fearful, but aware. I just decided I wanted to go through it myself, and I did a lot of natural healing and a lot of herbs that my husband made for me and provided for me through his company in the beginning, and then he formulates now a lot of herbal products for people. And I don't know, it was just a decision that I'd keep it to myself that time. I'm doing some Western therapies as well, hormonal therapies, which is kind of the latest with my metastases. That's the best treatment that they can give me, and I'm doing well on that. There's something that they call counts, your different blood counts, and where the levels are in your blood of the metastases and stuff, and I'm doing very well and feeling good. And I had a break in my sacrum, so I've been recuperating. I was on a walker for a while, and I was actually quite enjoying. Pardon?
It was a fracture of the sacrum.
I had a fracture, yes. And so I spent time in my own hospital. It happened in Australia that I found it. And I was in a lot of pain, so we had to figure out what was going on. So I got to spend the first month of that treatment in my own center, which was just the most wonderful gift I could imagine.
Nobody wants to be, I was going to say, nobody wants to be a patient, but to actually, and you actually were a little bit of undercover boss.
But it was an amazing experience, because when we talked about building the Cancer and Wellness Center, which was my baby, my dream was that the patients would experience the programs that I was allowed to, or I was allowed to afford, I could afford myself to have acupuncture and art therapy and music and oncological massage, all these different things that we have now at the Olivia Newton-John Cancer Wellness Center. So they would come to my room and massage my feet and my hands, and the art therapist would come, and I'd spend hours. It was really cathartic. It was incredible. And I thought, wow, this is real. It's really happening, and I'm getting to experience it, and it's really important that you treat patients. They're not just a patient and a number. They're a person, and their emotions are very important to their how they feel, that they're happier, and it made me feel good, and I could express myself through the art. So it was quite a incredible experience, and no one could believe that I was actually enjoying myself. I said, this is the first time I've been quiet, been able to lie down in months. Yeah. Yes, I did radiotherapy in my center, and I'm on hormone therapy, and also I take a special injection for my bones, to strengthen my bones, that seems to be working too. So.
And how is your pain now?
Good, good. It's bearable now.
Manageable.
Manageable now. And also because I have to credit again my wonderful husband, because he gives me cannabis oil that he makes for me. He grows the plants here. We're so lucky in California that we can grow our own.
Yeah.
And so he's made me these incredible tinctures that help with my pain and with sleep and everything. I think stress to any illness, because your immune system is compromised if you're stressed. And that's why things like meditation and prayer are so important. So you take that time to calm your body down and breathe and bring peace in and get a perspective on things. And those things are very important. But divorce again, how many people in America are divorced? You think half marriage or more?
Well, the statistic, they say 50%. They say that statistic is overinflated.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody I know is about 50%.
Yes. When I was a child, none of my friends had divorced parents. I was like one of the first. So it's sad, but I think kids now grow up, it's normal for them. But we had made a decision when Chloe was born that should that happen to us, and of course we didn't anticipate it, but should it happen, we would remain friends for her sake, because we'd seen these horror stories of children who had been torn apart by their parents or used as a pawn in their divorce, and I don't think that's fair. I really don't.
Do you have any fear?
Oh, of course. I mean, everyone does. I mean, we're all going to die. I mean, that's probably the hardest thing to accept as a human being, is that we know that.
Yeah.
So I kind of consider I've had a gift of extra time from even the first time. So, but of course I do. I mean, I don't know, I hardly know anybody that doesn't have fear, except my husband, you see. He's not fearful at all, because he had a near-death experience when he was very young.
How bad was the pain?
Really bad, yeah, crying kind of pain.
I think when you're dealing with something, when you have a diagnosis like this, how do you stay in the moment and stay present and not let it consume you and worry you?
Okay, denial is really good. It's really healthy. But it was consuming my day. And after a time I went, you know what? I don't know what my time is, but I need to enjoy my life, so I'm going to eat a cookie if I want it. And I'm going to have a cup of tea if I want it. And if I want to have a little bit of wine, I'm going to do that, because the joy of life and everyday living has to be a part of that healing process as well. Prognosis, I don't discuss prognosis, because that's, if they give you, in my opinion, if they give you a percentage, or, this many women get this and they live this long, you can create that and make it happen. It's almost like, I think I know what the statistics are, but I put them away. But I'm going to live longer than that. I've made that decision.
Is death something that you think about?
Try not to, but
I was wondering, yeah.
You have to think about it. I mean, it's part of life, and of course, if you have a cancer diagnosis, your death is kind of there, whereas most people, we don't have a clue when we're going to die. And I could die tomorrow, a tree could fall on me, so it's just that we have that knowledge that we could die. But I'm not, I try not to think about it too much, but I try to meditate and be peaceful about it and know that everyone I love is there.
Yeah.
So there's something to look forward to. It's a decision how you choose to feel about something. So I've chosen that path. I'm happy. I'm lucky. I'm grateful. I have much to live for, and I intend to keep on doing it.